Hello everyone and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Vinya and I'm from Like and Pour BJD Faceups and Wigs as well as Like and Pour Doll Emporium. Like and Pour BJD Faceup and Wigs is my page where I load photos of ball jointed doll faceups as well as wigs that I've made before. Like and Pour Doll Emporium is my page where I load photos of clothing that I've made for ball jointed dolls as well as other dolls. Both these are on Facebook as well as Instagram, so I'll be posting links in the description below if you want to check those out. Now, I've been doing face-ups for about 3 years now, and I've been wanting to make a video since then. But I haven't gotten around to it, as well as every time I get a doll in, I get so overexcited and I want to just start. So I end up starting and halfway through, I'm like, I wanted to do a video. And it's too late. So time has gone by, but I've now decided I'm going to make a video on one of my own dolls. Now this one is a Minifee Rens sculpt. I've named her Luna. She's my own doll. I've had her for about 3 years maybe. And so I was pretty new to face-ups when I first got her. So she is one of the dolls that one of my first face-ups, let's put it that way. And I was happy with her face-up, but I felt like I've improved in the time since then. As with any craft, if you put time and effort in, you do improve. So I feel that I have improved a bit since then, and I now want to give her a fresh new look. The face-up I gave her before, I will be posting a photo of her previous face-up on the screen here. I felt it was a bit dark. I wanted a dramatic look for her to start, and afterwards I felt it was maybe a little bit much for her, for the personality I gave her. So I've decided to maybe give her a more natural, softer look this time around, and maybe it will suit the personality that I feel she has better. Let me know what you think. Okay, so this is Luna, and I have taken her face up off already. She just needs to have a sealant sprayed on, and then we can start. I'm going to tell you about the products I use first, just for interest's sake. Okay, what I use to take off her face up is acetone. I feel that acetone, just pure acetone, is perfectly fine to use. I know quite a few people use nail polish remover, which is the same thing really. It's just they add things into nail polish remover. I think it's just stuff to soften your skin or help with drying out. So I think both are perfectly fine, but I use pure acetone for my dolls. Okay, sealant. We do not get Mr. Super Clear in South Africa, unfortunately. I know everyone says it's the best thing to use, both for BJDs as well as vinyl dolls, but we cannot get this here. So we use Tamiya. So far, everyone I've spoken to have used Tamiya before. This is Tamiya TS80 Flat Clear. It is a matte product, so you don't get shine. And I find that it works perfectly well for both ball jointed dolls as well as vinyl dolls. I know some people have complained about it becoming shiny on vinyl dolls, or sticky, or both. Personally, I've not had that problem. I've used it on both vinyl dolls as well as ball jointed dolls, and I have not had that issue. I'm not sure, maybe it has something to do with humidity or something, I'm not sure, but I've not had that problem. The only problem that I have found with this is on vinyl dolls, the pencils, your watercolor pencils don't work as well. It's like the color doesn't quite go onto the doll. You know, it doesn't come off the pencil, go onto the doll. It's just, I don't know, it's strange. But I have not had that same problem with resin. With the ball jointed dolls are resin, and I've not had that same problem with them. The Tamiya and the watercolor pencils both work together perfectly fine with the Tamiya spray. The pencils just have to be super sharp. So make sure you have a good quality pencil sharpener and keep it by your side. You will be needing that often. Okay, next one is my gloss. I'm using a Tamiya product for that as well. I'm not sure if it's showing perfectly well or not. Okay, it's blurring a little bit, so I'm going to read it to you. Tamiya Color Acrylic Paint Gloss X22. This is the same company as the sealant. They're both Tamiya. So I use them together because, assuming that it's the same product from the same company, there won't be a reaction. I have seen some people have had reactions where they use a different type of gloss, where it makes the color different than you want. I'm not sure if it's because of the gloss or what, but I play it safe and use the same product from the same company, and I haven't had issues yet. So next up would be my watercolor pencils. I use this product, Faber-Castell. I find it works very well. It's an inexpensive product, and the color is good bright color, soft pencils, which is nice. I'm pretty sure you get pencils that are better, and you are welcome to let me know which pencils you use and if you find them better. If you've used Faber-Castell before, if you find something else that is better than these, please do let me know. I'd love to hear about it. But for myself, I decided this was a good product to start with, and I'm still using it. So I would say it's a good product. I'm quite happy with it. Soft Pastels is my next one. I use this company's product. It's also quite inexpensive, and I bought it to try out. I've heard from other people that it's a good product, and so far I'm pretty happy with it. It's a small box, but it has quite a few different colors in it. I use mostly the skin tones, or I have used mostly the skin tones, but it has quite a few different colors, which is nice for fantasy dolls, fantasy colors. So that's quite good. It's a nice soft product, good color, nice bright color. I'm pretty happy with that. Once again, if you know of any other product makes that you find is better or that you love using, I would love to hear about it. Now, okay, before we start, I wanted to say something more about the gloss. Where I use gloss. I forgot about that. Where I use gloss. Okay, on my doll face, I tend to use gloss on the inside of the eyes, what you call the waterline, where your eye would be wet. I use a little bit of gloss there, not too much. You don't want it to look like she's crying. And I use it on the lips as well. I also use some acrylic paint on my BJDs. Mostly I use acrylic paint on my vinyl dolls because the pencils don't work, so I tend to use acrylic paint for their eyelashes and eyebrows. But I do use some acrylic paint on the BJDs as well, mostly for the lips. For the rest, I use the soft pastels for blushing and for shading, and I use the pencils for eyelashes and eyebrows. Now, before I start, the rest of the video, which would be the face up in the making, I will have on a time lapse because it takes long and there's sealing in between and all that kind of thing, and I didn't want to bore you guys with a super long video. So I'll have that on a time lapse. But please give me a like if you like the video. Let me know in the comments what you think of it, and hit the little bell so you have notifications for my next videos. Let's get started.